Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, today I've got a couple of special treats for you. First of all, the map. The map is outstanding. It's a really, really nice map from a creator we've done just the once in the past, back in episode 760, where they got 9 stars, kind of the pass mark, except for only 2 stars for detail. Boy, have they improved. This is a big step up. Well done to you, sir. The other thing I need to tell you is we have a paid promotion in the intermission. Now, if you feel that paid promotions don't have a part in YouTube videos, then when we get to the promotion, just skip forward 20 seconds and you'll be fine. But I'll let you know it is City Skylines related, a new Let's Play, and definitely worth checking out. Also, we have one of these things. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you for your support. Today's map is nothing but Cowboys and Coyotes out here, folks. Summit City and La Cima, Arca, by Arstarks 1125. Remember that, guys. We'll be testing you later. There's your start square, just a hint of water in that creek right in the bottom left hand corner of the square. It is a desert map after all. Then we have got terrain heights, buildable definitely. We've got mountains and plains in between. It's really very nice indeed. And then you got the resources and they look very usable as well. Okay, off to the workshop. No DLC required for this one. There's good news for those that like the vanilla game, but there are a few things to subscribe to, but we'll look at those in a moment. Have a little look at your technical info there, and then a little bit of a read there. Must knows are there as well. 81 tiles is necessary. I would say it's not really necessary, but definitely recommended. And we do have this one-click collection, and we'll be using the Owls Los Angeles theme. Trying to remember this one, the Owls Cinematic version 2 LUT. Got it? Got it. We've got some trees, yes. We've also got some roads by Clus. They are very nice roads indeed. We'll be having a little look at those as we fly by them. And yeah, it's all in place. All in place. Happy with all of that. It's a bit of a list, but it's definitely a well thought out list, and that's the important thing. Now, we've skipped over the first intersection because I'll talk about that in a moment. We're going to come straight to this is the first proper intersection. Again, it'll make sense in a moment. Now, this first intersection, it's fine, but it's also the worst thing on the map. Yeah, worst thing on the map. How so, BonBon? A little bit of road glitching here. A little bit of blue mantle under there. Strictly speaking, we are sort of out in the fog a little bit here, so it probably doesn't matter that much. Let's go for it. Just check and make sure it's donut proof. If we can drive under it, we're probably okay. We can drive under it, I would say that. And oncoming traffic. Let's back up a little bit. Want to live today if I can. Okay, and then back down to the roads. So anyway, I was talking about it being the second intersection. The first intersection, we've got these first intersections actually dotted around the edge of the map. So each time the road comes into the... Hello? Half-length white line there. I thought that might be a jinky janky. I just think it's some sort of like road glitching, like node placement or something. I just saw another one on the bend there. So yeah, okay. So we will spot a little bit of white line tomfoolery going on, but I would say that's not down to the map maker. So that's okay. That's fine. Where were we? Hang on. I have spotted though right here. That is jinky janky. That is champion. Very minor. Very almost not noticeable jinky janky. We can let that go. That's fine. It's fine. Not marking the map down for that. Well, yes, edge of map intersections. Right. So when the map enters the highway, when the highway enters the map, what we have is a little loop over or a loop under, so that the traffic can escape right straight back out again, which is going to take a little bit of traffic off of the weight of the network, which I've got to say is kind of quite nice and kind of not necessary, but equally I understand and I appreciate it's been done. So you're not getting any extra points for it, but you're not losing any either. They're fine. I understand the reasoning. I just don't feel that it's really that essential. But yeah, I get it. It's fine. Okay, highways. The highways follow sensible routes. I've got to say that. We follow the gullies, the valleys, the flat areas, and they do seem to go from one location to another, as opposed to just like how do we make this map look interesting. And it does feel right, actually. It does feel very, very right indeed. Now, you're thinking start square, coming up to the start square now. No, this is a vast, even though it's only 81 tiles, a vast sprawling map. And all we've done now is reached our first main intersection. This is a main intersection, yeah? Lovely. It's very tidy. Very, very tidy indeed. And I'm quite happy with that. Quite happy. Seems high enough. Loving the pillars as well. I don't know if that was a choice of class or whether that was a choice of vast arcs. One way or another, a good choice of pillars. Now, moving on and up and into the heart of the map now. And again, this is areas where you could be doing some like little industrial areas, or maybe a commercial, like a retail park out here, maybe. Be quite nice. Maybe a little casino area out here. There's so many potential ideas for this map that you could go with. What we'll do is we're going to wend our way up the hill. When we get to the top of the hill, we'll probably be able to look down a little bit onto the heart of the map. And you'll also notice a little bit of tree detailing in the middle of the highway, so you know we're getting somewhere. Now, my favourite part of the whole map will be coming up pretty soon. It's been done very nicely indeed. Not overplayed, not made, I mean, it is a feature, but they've not really made a feature of it. I kind of like features that aren't features. Well, you know, when you discover somewhere and you go, this is really nice. And it is really nice. And you feel you're the first person to ever find it. And clearly not. And clearly the creator has done exactly that with this. Now we just come around this bend here and we will be into that feature area. And it is a rock-lined cutting. And it feels right. It feels normal. And even though the rocks are like a darker colour, do you know what? I still buy into that 1000%. It's strange. I feel that I should be moaning about the rock tone not matching, and it actually doesn't bother me in the slightest. Very nicely done indeed. Speaking of nicely done switchbacks there. Again, cannot complain about those at all. And we are now down. This is the heart of the map. This is your fertile area, and this is where you're going to be building your city. Now we're still not quite at the start square. This is like the nearest big intersection. In fact, this is the big intersection on the map, and it is tidy. It's very nice indeed. All the elevations feel really nice. There's no jinky jankies. There's no mantle. There's no real road stress. I actually think there's a down ramp here with a little bit of road stress on it. Yeah, on the middle road here, a little bit of road stress going down there. But generally, it just feels really very nice. And then down here we have got, this is a start square intersection. Still a little bit of a cutting, so you might want to do some terrain work on that to tidy it up. It does feel a little bit low, and I'm not entirely sure that this is donut proof. It just feels a bit low. Definitely can't drive under that without clipping and jumping up over the bridge. Speaking of bridges and jumping up, you might want to jump up onto this thing. It's not really a bridge, but it is elevated. And I've elevated it a little bit above the ground so we can get a better view of it, because it did kind of like morph into the ground a little bit too much. So there you go, I made a feature of this. It's the White Tile Monorail Station by Muska. And if you just want a monorail station, which looks a little bit different, this is possibly an option for you. And factoids because factoids. One of the greatest Starting again. Factoids because factoids. One of the most creative intellects of all time, Albert Einstein, was born on this day, the 14th of March in 1879. Unfortunately, his final words are lost to posterity because the nurse who was looking after him when he died did not understand German. Are you comfortable, Albert? 9. Oh, 8 more pillows for you, Albert. Okay, 9. Sorry, about the only German that I can remember. Considering I've got German in my family, you'd think I'd know a little bit more German, but so is it Tastate? I think that's all I was taught. White tile monorail station by Muska. Today's asset of the day. Don't tell Biffa I can say Tastate. And it's probably even that's wrong. This is getting shown something as a child, and then it goes. Okay, now this bridge here, we're missing a nobly mantle there. Yeah, the sound barrier on the very end there. But also, I feel it could be a little bit smoother. Like, see how it elevates at the far end there? I don't feel it really needs to. Certainly not that mount. And it could actually start elevating a little bit further in. Maybe about 3 nodes further in, and it could be about a third of the height removed from that for its entirety. But overall, I mean, strictly speaking, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just I feel it could be that's a little bit that could be more polished. But again, I guess you could say we're kind of out towards the fog. So does it matter that much? Anyway, this is one of those little looped back intersections I was telling you about, and it's so unimportant we're not even going to bother looking at it, right? Deal with it. Now the rail. The rail is very good indeed in terms of City Skylines. Now, if you are the realist, well, first of all, consider that this is a fantasy map, strictly speaking. I'm going to call it a realistic map, but it is fantastical. It is completely created. And so, if you're calling it a fantasy map, we can allow for a little bit. Basically, some of the elevation changes, although, I mean, at eyeball level, they're fine. For realism, if you're from Transport Fever or somewhere like that, and you like your realistic gradients, there'll be 1 or 2 where you go, it's a little bit too steep there, strictly speaking. But, again, you're looking along here going, where, BonBonB? Where? Well, just here and there, like that down ramp on the bridge isn't really necessary, but it's really gentle. So that's fine. And we're going to go up into the mountains now. And again, it's been done very well in the context of the game. So that's fine. But we are going to be going up a very gentle gradient to do so, which is just a little bit more than most modern trains would be quite happy with. Well, certainly any older trains would probably struggle with this. But again, it's far from dreadful. This is just, I'm not even going to show you the terrain lines. You look at that. Is that eyeball fine for you? If it is, then that's fine. It works for me too. Right, okay, so intermissions. So I've got this creator. He's come to me. He said, I love your stuff, and I've started doing a Let's Play. Could you possibly give me a bit of a shout out? And we come to an agreement. Money has changed hands, so I am telling you that. It is a paid promotion. I won't be mentioning it in depth in the future when it does get a reshow, because it will be shown a couple more times. But it looks good to me. I've been and had a look. I haven't watched the entire series, but I've been and had a look, and it's something a little bit different from the usual faces that you see. This is a little bit steep, isn't it? Do you think? Yeah, maybe. So just from the usual faces, if you want to see a different face and hear a different voice and just see somebody do something a bit different, a Let's Play for you will be coming up in a couple of moments. Meanwhile, we're just following this road. It's the rail's just a wee bit steep there. A couple of catenaries a bit too close to each other for my liking, but again, not a huge problem really. And everything it's a nice map. Argue with me later, won't you? Time for that intermission. Hi, BonBonB here. If you're a big fan of Let's Plays but are bored with the same old cities, I can highly recommend checking out This Old Gamer, a Let's Play worth watching. Click the information button now to find out more. And we are back to Summit City and La Cima Arca with nothing but Cowboys and Coyotes by Starks 1125. Shipping routes. You wouldn't expect shipping routes, would you? Would you? Would you? Well, you'd be wrong. No shipping routes. It's a desert. The ship of the desert might exist there somewhere, but not those ships of the desert. Water flow. Okay, right. This is going to be your challenge if you choose to accept it. This message will self-destruct in a few seconds, maybe. It's gentle, it's minimal, and the only bit of water entering the start square will be a slight spur of water, which you will see in a few moments' time. If I can find it. A little bit further downstream from here. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I still can't find it. Have we skipped over it? Have I missed it? I think I missed it. No, here we go. This is the one. That little spur there. That's your water. That's your start square. So, water towers and possibly using custom assets for your sewage. Possibly. Okay, all told, desert map. Very nice, very dramatic. I'm feeling this map. I'm starting to like desert maps, you know. I'm starting to like them, especially the good ones. This would go down as a good one. Just having a little look around. So you've got these the rocky areas that you certainly won't be building on, but then you've got flat plains in between that you could do small towns. Little, you know, I don't think there's oil there, but maybe you could get the was it the mod? The mod. Bloody penguins mod. That's the one. Extra landscaping tools. Yeah, that one. Pop down a bit of oil in a couple of places and maybe just do some oil pumping out in them there hills. Very lovely. It just feels right. It just feels absolutely right. The only thing I could think that could be done to improve the map, and with the river feels natural, but just to give the map a little bit more dynamism. That's the word I'm going with. Either to have a small lake on the river just down here where it bends and bends back, or to do a loop up into the start square, like maybe an oxbow lake or something like that in that area. Would have just made it a little bit more interesting and maybe given a little bit more water to the start square. All that said, I can't really fault what he's done there. Okay, right, let's do it. It's everybody's favourite factory. Anyway, yes. So, so slight improvement. I'd add a bit more river, possibly looping back, and smooth out in a couple of intersections. We're done. What do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. What do I think? I think aesthetically it's blinking lovely. I think it's been done exceptionally well. And I don't think they could have done anything really more to have improved it. I'm going 5 stars. Detailing. Detailing is excellent. Excellent work. 1 or 2 minor things that I would change, like say the height of that bridge, and we've got a little bit of blue mantle, hint of blue mantle. It's not enough to bring it down to 3 stars. It's a very strong 4-star map. Gameplay potential. Okay. Start square, water, hardly any. This game is designed to be played with water towers and with custom assets for water. Pretty sure of that. And I'm still thinking I'm going to go low 4. I think it's very playable for what it is intended to be. And so for that, yeah, 4 stars. Wouldn't work for me, but probably work for you. And it definitely gets a BonBonB seal of approval out of me. Because it's really nice. It's really nice. I like it. Just in case you didn't realise. Anyway, that's it for today and for this week. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Don't forget, subscribe to my second channel. We've got a feast of shows starting from next week on the second channel. Do check them out. I look forward to seeing you over there. I've been BonBonB, you've been very, very welcome, and I'll be back tomorrow with the Steam Weekly Chart Show. Who'll be number 1 this week? Ooh, not long to find out.